Keyshawn mentality was like, fuck me. Like, it was like, he don't give a fuck. Like, like fuck you, nigga, let's fight. Like, like and it kind of like, he couldn't really, he was trying to capitalize. He couldn't really like do too much at that time because I was bigger or older.
Shakur Stevenson is reportedly at the center of a shocking confrontation with Keyshawn Davis, and the fallout has rocked the boxing community. Once close training partners' tensions boiled over after Davis made comments about Terrence Crawford and longtime trainer Brian "Bomac" McIntyre. According to sources familiar with the moment, Stevenson didn't ignore the remarks or handle it quietly. Instead, he confronted Davis directly, closing the distance and demanding respect. Multiple insiders say the exchange was intense, personal, and impossible to misread. Stevenson reportedly made it clear that disrespect toward Crawford and Bomac was unacceptable and crossed a line that could not be walked back. Publicly
trouble in Call of Duty Paradise? Is it trouble? Lord child. Keyshawn Davis.
Top Rank was always going to wedge something between them two, and I seen it once they start feeding them. The
reports indicate the confrontation took place during a recent training session where both fighters happened to be present. According to sources, Shakur Stevenson directly addressed Keyshawn, allegedly telling him something to the effect of, "Say whatever you want about boxing, but never disrespect Bud or BMAC. That's family, and that line doesn't get crossed." The moment reportedly drew immediate attention, and word of the exchange spread quickly across social media. Fans have since been split, with some applauding Shakur for standing up for those close to him, while others believe the situation may have been exaggerated or misunderstood. Still, insiders insist the tension was real. What's even more surprising is that the remarks attributed to Keyshawn, which allegedly triggered the confrontation, are said to be far more serious than initially believed. Before examining those comments, it's important to understand the shared history between these fighters, which adds another layer of intensity and drama to the situation.
I always knew, like, when we go in gyms, Keyshawn was with me every day. We used to go in gyms and beat everybody up. Like, beat this guy up, beat this, no matter who it was, from like the best guys to, we beat them all up. And we always knew that we was going to be in a situation one day where the world would want to see us fight. Like,
Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis have shared a deep bond for years, both as close friends and dedicated training partners. Rising under the guidance of Bomac and sharpening their skills alongside Terrence Crawford in Omaha, the two undefeated fighters were often seen as brothers in the sport. They consistently supported one another publicly while pushing each other relentlessly in the gym. According to sources, they spent countless hours sparring, traveling to fights together, and building what many believe was an unbreakable relationship within the boxing world.
That's on the world title. We all want to see that Shakur unification. Come on, man. Pave your own path. You already got two blood brothers.
Nah, I'm not fighting Shakur, bro. Y'all already know why I'm not fighting Shakur. I'm not going to keep going down that road.
One former training partner reportedly said Shakur and Keyshawn were inseparable for years, constantly referring to each other as brothers. Seeing them clash like this has shocked everyone because no one expected it. That history makes the alleged confrontation even more surprising. These weren't distant associates or casual gym mates, but fighters who truly viewed one another as family.
I know you've seen one half of the COD brothers in his feelings on Twitter.
Is it trouble in Call of Duty Paradise? Is it trouble? Lord child. Keyshawn Davis.
Top Rank was always going to wedge something between them two, and I seen it once they start feeding them.
Many boxing analysts believe the tension began to build after Keyshawn made the controversial move to leave Bomac's camp, a decision that reportedly didn't sit well with Shakur. The boxing world was already buzzing about his split from Brian McIntyre's stable, with many questioning why he would walk away from such a proven system. According to sources close to the situation, Keyshawn later made interview comments that Shakur allegedly viewed as disrespectful toward the camp that played a major role in shaping both of their careers.
He was trying to capitalize. He couldn't really like do too much at that time because I was bigger, older. But it still was like, okay, yeah, I know this nigga a dog. Like, I know with the right push, he gonna be where he's supposed to be.
I definitely feel like under Bomac, he been, flourishing and looking a lot better. Niggas want to see that fight. I'm going to keep asking both.
One insider, speaking anonymously, claimed Keyshawn had been talking about needing changes and feeling like the old setup was no longer working for him. Shakur reportedly took those remarks personally, viewing them as a slight against Bomac, who he considers a father figure. Since then, the alleged comments have taken on a life of their own within boxing circles, with multiple versions spreading across social media and gym chatter. Some believe Keyshawn was simply expressing a desire to evolve and grow his own career. Others say Shakur interpreted the remarks as a direct shot at people he deeply cares about. According to sources, it was one particular interview that truly crossed a line in Shakur's eyes and pushed tensions to a breaking point. Individuals who claimed to have seen the footage alleged that Keyshawn suggested Terrence Crawford and Bomac were not giving the attention or support he felt he deserved as a rising star, which ultimately sparked a confrontation.
I think Keyshawn is more Earl Spence than Jermell Charlo. I think push come to shove, he will fight Shakur. He's with Bomac and them. They've already been there with Jamel Herring. They know they got, no disrespect to Jamel, but a more talented fighter this time around. They have that experience of Keyshawn being in the ring with him. And
one source close to Shakur's camp reportedly claimed that Keyshawn was essentially saying Terrence Bud Crawford received most of the attention, leaving him feeling pushed to the background. According to that source, Keyshawn allegedly voiced frustration about not getting enough focus from Bomac during training camps. Those remarks are said to have deeply angered Shakur, who has long been fiercely loyal to Crawford and highly protective of Bomac's reputation as one of boxing's elite trainers. Shakur reportedly viewed the comments as ungrateful and disrespectful toward the very people he believes helped shape Keyshawn into the fighter he is today. From Shakur's perspective, criticizing that support system crossed a personal line at the same time. Supporters of Keyshawn have rushed to defend him, arguing that every fighter has a right to make choices about their own career without being attacked for it. Some fans insist the situation is being overblown. One fan allegedly tweeted that Keyshawn has every right to leave Bomac's camp if he feels a change is necessary, calling it a business decision rather than disrespect. Another frustrated supporter added that Shakur needs to stay out of it, pointing out that loyalty doesn't mean everyone has to follow the same path in a sport as unforgiving as boxing.
You're in a great division. When you talk about the lightweight division at 135, I mean, you got Shakur, you know, your homie, you got Gervonta, you got Isak Cruz, Devin Haney, and I read where you said, I'm ready for a world title shot now. Do you believe that, though, that Keyshawn Davis is ready to step into the ring with one of those guys and fight for a world?
Those close to Shakur argue the issue was never simply about Keyshawn changing camps, but about how he allegedly spoke on Terrence Crawford and Bomac afterward. One person familiar with Shakur's mindset reportedly explained that if Keyshawn had quietly moved on and kept things respectful, none of this would have mattered. According to that source, the problem started when Keyshawn began doing interviews and making comments that were perceived as slick or dismissive toward Bud and Bomac, which is what truly set Shakur off. This split reaction from fans highlights just how layered the situation is, with valid arguments on both sides. Reports say the confrontation unfolded at a gym where both fighters happened to be training on the same day, creating the perfect setup for tension. Witnesses claim that when Shakur walked in and saw Keyshawn working with his new team, the energy instantly shifted. People in the gym allegedly sensed something was coming, as the atmosphere quickly grew tense between the former.
Let's make it about Keyshawn. If Keyshawn is fighting Shakur, does that ever happen? Or are you guys just never gonna fight no matter what?
We never gonna fight.
And why is that? Let me just go there for a second.
Like, we grew up together. We brothers. For
one witness who asked to remain anonymous reportedly described the moment in vivid detail. According to them, Shakur walked in visibly heated, clearly upset about something. He didn't stretch, warm up, or ease into the session. Instead, he made a straight line toward where Keyshawn was training. These alleged eyewitness accounts suggest Shakur was determined to confront the issue head-on rather than let it linger or play out online. Sources say he stepped directly into Keyshawn's space and demanded an explanation for the comments made about Terrence Crawford and Bomac in recent interviews. People familiar with the exchange claim Shakur said something along the lines of asking why Keyshawn was talking about Bud at all, insisting that if there was an issue, it should be addressed face-to-face. He allegedly challenged Keyshawn to speak openly instead of airing grievances publicly. The sudden intensity of the confrontation reportedly caught Keyshawn off guard, as he did not expect such an aggressive direct approach over the remarks.
Now let's talk, man. You know I've been saying this for a while, and I know this question keep on running across Keyshawn Davis, but is it time yet?
What, for him and Kerr?
Is it time yet?
I'm gonna say this. You know, I was with you on agreeance, right? But then
one source close to the situation claimed that Keyshawn tried to explain his side, but Shakur wasn't interested in hearing it. According to that account, Shakur was already fired up and ready to address the issue immediately right there in the gym. The tension allegedly escalated quickly to the point where other fighters and trainers felt compelled to step in and separate the two before things turned physical. However, people connected to Keyshawn's side tell a very different story. Supporters from his new camp insist that Keyshawn wasn't being disrespectful at all and was simply speaking honestly about his career choices. One individual allegedly close to Keyshawn said he was not taking shots at anyone, but explaining why he felt a change was necessary for his growth. From that perspective, Shakur is portrayed as the aggressor allegedly confronting Keyshawn in an overly hostile way. According to this version, Shakur came into the gym looking to intimidate him because he couldn't accept hearing uncomfortable truths about the situation. These conflicting narratives have only intensified the debate among fans, with opinions split on whose account is more believable. Some boxing analysts believe the root of the tension goes deeper than loyalty or hurt feelings. They argue that jealousy and competition may be playing a major role, as both fighters are elite talents trying to establish themselves as the future of the lightweight division. One prominent boxing commentator reportedly suggested the situation isn't really about Terence Crawford or Bomac at all, but about Shakur and Keyshawn understanding that a fight between them could happen one day and neither wants to show weakness. That perspective adds another layer to the drama. It raises a possibility that Shakur viewed Keyshawn's comments as a chance to assert dominance and make it clear he won't tolerate any perceived disrespect. The timing of the alleged confrontation is especially notable, given that both fighters are scheduled to compete on the same card on January 31st at Madison Square Garden. Shakur Stevenson is set to face Teofimo Lopez in the main event, while Keyshawn Davis will take on Jermaine Ortiz on the undercard. With both men sharing the spotlight, sources suggest promoters are now wary of potential backstage tension on fight night, particularly if both fighters emerge victorious.
Realize is about Shakur, the mentality that I have, Shakur has it. Mine is just louder. But when you in the ring with Shakur he's a mean fighter, bro. Like, for real. Like, take it from me.
One insider reportedly familiar with the event planning said, security has been instructed to keep these two separated backstage. Nobody wants a repeat of the gym confrontation, especially not on live television. This added security measure highlights just how serious the situation has become and how concerned people are about tensions escalating further. The alleged fallout has also placed Terence Crawford in a delicate position, as both fighters are close to him and he's being pressured to take sides. Publicly, Crawford has stated that Shakur and Keyshawn are both like brothers to him, and that he doesn't want to get involved in their personal disputes. Still, sources close to Crawford suggest he is privately frustrated that his name is being pulled into the drama between two fighters he cares about deeply.
He did something dirty in the ring, and then Keyshawn responded and did something dirty back, which fighters do. When he did that, his father jumped in the ring. When his father jumped in the ring, Cade jumped in the ring too, and they kind of was getting in the... I don't even know what you even...
Source familiar with Terence Crawford's perspective reportedly said Bud is frustrated because he never asked to be dragged into this. He cares about both of them and wishes they could resolve it without pulling his name into the mix. Crawford's refusal to take sides has added another layer of complexity, as both Shakur and Keyshawn apparently want his public backing. Meanwhile, Bomac has stayed completely silent, declining to comment on Keyshawn leaving his camp or the alleged confrontation with Shakur. That quiet stance has only fueled speculation about what really occurred behind scenes. Some interpret his silence as frustration with Keyshawn, but also as a choice to avoid publicly criticizing a fighter he helped develop.
You been knowing Keyshawn?
I knew Keyshawn since he was 13.
And I seen something on IG, man. I see y'all playing with the fans and stuff, doing the face-off, bro. Just track with me for a second. You the WBC lightweight champ. He getting ready to fight Baranchik for the WBO, right?
Yep.
I know y'all saying y'all ain't gonna ever fight. I can't see it happening now, but like, you mean to tell...
Others believe Bomac simply doesn't want to get caught up in drama and prefers to let his work in the ring speak for itself. One boxing analyst reportedly said Bomac is old school. He's not going to air dirty laundry on social media, but his silence speaks volumes about how he feels regarding this situation. Many fans have interpreted the trainer's decision not to publicly defend Keyshawn as a statement in itself. Across the boxing world, reactions to the alleged confrontation between Shakur and Keyshawn have been divided. Some supporters argue Shakur was completely justified in defending Crawford and Bomac, seeing it as a strong display of loyalty and respect, qualities that fans feel are all too rare in today's sport.
I was a little kid, I want to say like 16, 17 years old. It was at ringside, and I seen him and I knew he was a world champion.
A passionate fan reportedly tweeted Shakur is real for standing up for his people. Too many fighters today lack loyalty. Respect to Shakur for keeping it real. Another admirer wrote, "This is what boxing needs, fighters who care about more than just money and clout." Many see Shakur's actions as a sign that he stands by his principles. On the other hand, critics argue that Shakur's approach was overly aggressive and that Keyshawn has every right to make his own career choices without being confronted. One skeptical observer allegedly commented Shakur needs to grow up. Keyshawn left the camp, so what that doesn't give Shakur the right to run up on him like some street thug.
In the planning, bro, it's like, as we came up, bro, when we go in every gym, bro, it's me and Keyshawn whooping ass. We used to go to gyms, just beat niggas up like on some regular shit. Any gym, like high level, nigga. When I went to spar Lomachenko, Keyshawn was down there beating up some other Olympic gold medal.
The critic reportedly wrote, "This whole situation is ridiculous. These are grown men acting like high school kids over gym drama. Just settle in the ring." Opinions like this highlight how polarizing the conflict has become with valid arguments on both sides. As Shakur and Keyshawn gear up for their January 31st bouts, many are wondering if the alleged confrontation will impact their performances. Some analysts suggest that the tension could actually fuel both fighters, giving them extra motivation, focus, and determination inside the ring.
All right, now what about Shakur?
What about him? Like fighting him?
Yeah.
Nah, I'd never fight Shakur. Nah.
Even though, hold up, y'all in the same rank. I know y'all homies, brothers. Yeah. Somebody gotta get all the belts. Like, don't.
So what if you got 2 belts? Shakur got 2 belts, and he puts a shitload of money for like
y'all gotta tear it up.
I mean, bro, like it gotta be like a shitload.
Others worry that all the emotional energy and distraction from this drama could hurt both fighters' focus and preparation. One boxing trainer not connected to either fighter reportedly said drama like this can go either way. Sometimes it fuels you and makes you better. Other times it messes with your head and ruins your camp. This uncertainty only adds more intrigue to an already highly anticipated fight card. What's clear is that the alleged confrontation between Shakur and Keyshawn has created a rift that may not fully heal anytime soon. Whether this beef stems from genuine disrespect or a misunderstanding blown out of proportion remains unclear without direct statements from either fighter. The truth is likely somewhere in the middle. Keyshawn probably said things that could be seen as disrespectful, while Shakur may have overreacted due to his fierce loyalty to Crawford and Bomac. For now, both fighters need to focus on their upcoming opponents and prove themselves where it really counts the ring. Hopefully, they can eventually work through their issues and restore the brotherhood they once shared, even if they remain rivals in the sport. For the latest updates on boxing news, events, and highlights, subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. Until next time, peace.